I'm going to continue the trend of picking against heroes that I hate. First was Arc Warden. I hate Tinker, so I'm going to...
Good reason.
All right, let's find out what's going to happen in game number 2 and see if Team Secret can force out that third game and stay in the upper bracket, or if Team Liquid is just going to get top 3 just like that with a 2-0 sweep with Trent and Sayori.
Mahalo, Sheever, game number 2 set to get underway. Trent, do you have confidence in the Tinker alongside the panel?
Will Suns fan be satisfied in a Tinker loss? That's the real question.
I, for one, believe. I think they've got the tools. I know Axe is pretty good against all these summons. You got these birds flying around. You got little boars mixed into the fray, but so many options for that Tinker to TP into the backline, and most importantly, the vision game. Just knowing where they are, how to initiate. I think that's the big advantage for Liquid.
I think if I'm looking at Liquid in terms of like some of the issues with their draft, I feel like GH has a really hard game ahead of him. He just has like, well, like who do you go on? They have Leap. They now went with a Doppelganger at the end, even just Wind Run. Like there's very irritating things during these team fights for him. So he just kind of has to relax and be this, I don't know, sort of defensive Tusk, but at the same time, the other hero is a Warlock. So they don't really have these nice kind of play around 4 and 5 heroes. So I do worry a little bit about how much space they'll be able to buy for the Tinker in the early game.
Okay, definitely a fair concern. We'll see some bounty runes come out. A ward placed pretty deep. Now down bottom, Ace grabs that bounty rune. No first blood drawn, at least not yet. Ace able to leap down to the low ground, and I think he'll be just fine here. GH and Mind Control trying to pursue, but you were mentioning Mirana, not the easiest hero to lock down. Now on the other side, Matumba Man actually going blow for blow with Yapzor as Fada lays in some right clicks, but Kuro's there with the Shadow Word.
Yeah, Matu even forced the TP here. Let's get over to his tower.
Okay. So some early pressure, but they all survive. Looking at the lanes, mid, Tinker on PL. Should
How
be
exciting.
a lane that PL can at least handle, but probably not too much kill threat. And then we'll just see dual lanes on the side.
Yeah, he's got a couple options, right? Laser comes out, theoretically there's like doppelganger stuff you can do, but at the same time it still works the same way, because you can laser before he wants to go for a last hit, and you know, you can't just doppelganger and then get a last hit.
Right.
Relatively irritating. So
not a fun lane for the PL by any stretch.
But it's a PL. You know, he spams, he harasses, you know, he gets a lot of courier love, and he should be A-okay.
So top lane, Wind Ranger and Axe going to be the lineup for Secret up against the Warlock and Visage. We'll see Kuro kind of stay in this box we talked about. Trent just hide in his tower, stay safe, and make sure this Visage does not get harassed too much.
Yes, successful Warlock gamers. That is the play. Do not leave the box.
Hide under the tower.
Yes. Never leave.
And now down bottom, GH actually trading some blows with Puppey. Mind Control comes in the backside. Puppey will get blocked out. This could be your first blood. The snowball in, and GH will find the kill. But Ace, looking for the counter, leaps over, connects with some arrows, and those right clicks make it a 1-for-1.
They're here in the laning phase, though. You know, he only has so many targets he can go on. Venge is definitely one of them.
Arrow almost connects on Mind Control there. Probably would have been another counter kill, but alas, he's able to sidestep and Beastmaster lives. So what do you think about Tusk right now? He's actually been talked about a lot this tournament as one who's been nerfed. Maybe we'd see him picked up a little bit. Do you think Tusk has a place in the current meta trend?
I don't think he's gone completely, of course. I mean, some teams still looking back towards him. It's just he has to be played a little bit differently. He suffers from a lot of the same problems that Earth Spirit does, and that one of their main roles in ganking mid over and over is just gone now. It's very difficult to make that rotation, make it effective, and you know, you lost a big part of the overall gameplay, so
yeah. Well,
sometimes it's just better heroes. He's still good in the side lanes, though, unlike Earth.
Speaking of side lanes, down bottom, Puppey getting repelled pretty hard. Will make it back under his tower. Throws a counter stun the other way onto Mind Control, but no follow-up arrow. Top lane, though, a lot of action coming from Secret. Big dive onto Kuroki, and this Warlock, he's still inside of his box, but he just takes too much damage. A shackle to start things off. Matumba Man, only level 2. Brave chill onto Fada, but it just tickled. This has not been an easy lane for the Visage.
Turns out it's not the safety zone if they're just going to keep pushing into your tower, though. So Secret finding the answer to this, constantly bullying over and over. And Yapzor even, like, he just got the power shot, too, which is kind of interesting, right? Not exactly the way you expect this to go, but this is where the real spam will begin. And you got to try and figure out just how much harass to put on the Visage, or maybe you can force a heal from Kuro onto himself.
Yeah, definitely. Axis felt like one of these heroes that's a little bit hot or cold. If he has that slow start, sure, he can get the initiations, but then you can just turn and blow him up in return. But with this kind of farm, this kind of pressure, you probably expect Fada to play a role in the driver's seat. They will initiate onto Matumba Man. He's got some infused raindrops. That helps. But again, the heal from Warlock just not enough. Kuro's still only level 2, but he gets Fatal Bonds, connects on both heroes. Is it going to be enough for a kill? Wind Run from YapzOr mitigates a little bit of damage, and Fada will just use that healing salve, stays alive as he makes it into Fog.
Save from YapzOr there, dodging that damage. Chill ourselves at 3-1 here, but Matsu just back in the lane, back to last hitting, and trying to catch up there to Fada, who is up ahead. So another one of these tread axes here. Playing in the lane.
Down
Mid
bottom.
Man, look at that nuke damage in the mid.
Shards come out, but GH tanks an arrow point blank. He goes in onto Puppey, and it's actually going to be kill on the Vengeful Spirit. However, Ace brings down GH first. Now, Ace and Mind Control trading blows. There are still 2 more leaps available, so Mind Control needs to be careful
in
here.
1 second here, yeah.
He's already used his stick charges. He turns with the Wild Axes, but it's not enough, and a double secured for the Radiant Mirana.
This Mirana hero, quite well in a lot of these games. The mid one forces the salve up. You can see had a little engagement in the mid, had to use the Doppelganger, saved it for the dodge on the Rockets, and that means the 3-2 build. Oh, yeah,
Shackle
nice.
connects onto Miracle. This should be a dead Tinker as YapzOr picks up another for Secret. 6-2 in the first 5. This game feeling a lot better.
Very solid rotation.
Now, back down bottom, a battle over the Bounty Runes. Puppey trying to bring down GH, but there's that snowball. Actually uses it onto Ace. They still get the kill on Puppey. GH with the stick charges will live a little bit longer, trying to move into the fog, but that last arrow will still bring him down through the healing salve. Mind Control still only level 4. No way to finish off Ace. Through all these trades in the bottom lane, this Mirana is absolutely the big winner.
At the very least, GH did get the Bounty Rune first, so then Mind Control will back away and get his.
Small victory. If you tab onto that net worth real quick, Mirana sitting happily at the top of the charts, far and ahead of Matumba Man in the other lane. That Shackle does latch, but no follow-up from Fada.
It's been a great start for Fada here on the Axe. Looking forward to see just how much, I feel like a lot of these Axes have had a lot of trouble transitioning into the mid game, where they get these really sick pressure lanes over and over. They get a little bit of farm going, maybe they get that Vanguard, and then it feels like it all just stops. Our most successful Axes traditionally will get that Vanguard and then use it to farm the Ancient. Try and use that to get yourself accelerated into the Blink Dagger. So if he goes that route, I'd like to see that. If not, he goes Blink first.
GH with the bait. He moves into Roche. Pops out the Ice Shards, but it might just swing the other way. YapzOr is making the rotation. Snowball across the way, but Doppelganger disjoints the stun. The counterplay onto Miracle. It's a dead Tinker. Puppey getting low, but he might just survive through it as GH gets shackled. 2 down on Liquid. Secret with all 5 still alive.
9-3 now, over a 1K lead. And Mind Control, though, he is kind of forcing some threat down here onto Ace. He has the Roar. Ace has to be careful about stacking up from that bonus damage.
True. Big rotations from Secret to make that happen. They will shrine up in the top, but finally a little bit of breathing room from Matumba Man. His CS was really suffering from so much pressure on the lane, but now he is getting room to recover. So always an opportunity cost with those kind of rotations.
Question is, where will Miracle be in this game?
Yeah, well, even with all these kills on Miracle, he's still trading pretty evenly with mid one. You know, it's not a free lane for the PL by any stretch, and they're within a couple hundred net worth of each other. Yep. Still not that bad for the Tinker. And as we saw last game, Liquid is so good at creating space for Miracle if he gets picked on in the laning stage.
And they are looking to keep this threat on Matsu, though. Going right into the wave, gonna nuke it down. He's gonna show himself here, and there's a lot of stuns nearby.
Shackle will connect. Matumba Man does have those infused raindrops still. A lot of stick charges in Secret. Gonna have to back out. Moonlight Shadow's been used, as well as the Primal Roar from Mind Control. Now the Berserkers call. They lock him in place, and this Beastmaster in a lot of trouble. They'll still kill Fada first, and actually Liquid have the advantage here. They're gonna go 1 for 2, and maybe even more. YapzOr in the trees will just TP out under the cover of the Moonlight Shadow. Kuro coming in the backside,
down bottom too,
making that
hunted.
one happen. Oh, he's gonna live. Needed one more. Okay, so a big sign of life for Liquid in that top lane.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like, you got your one freebie where they didn't bring detection, and you're like, oh yeah, it's a Mirana game. Someone get dust, be ready for it, and they kind of threw it away there by going back on the aggro.
Miracle taunted by Fada. GH with the snowball. We've been awkward back and forth mid one, looking
Nice.
for a Spirit Lance, but Miracle makes it into the tree line. Great use of the ice shards.
And they might not last that long anymore early on, but that'll be long enough.
No doubt. Still tons of space for this Mirana in the bottom lane. 4-0 and 0 on Ace, just racking up the last hits. Still no pressure on that tower, but 3,800 net worth at 9 minutes. That's something you'll be pretty happy with as a safe lane Mirana.
Yeah, and we saw last game what happened for Mind Control is that he got a bunch of kills early. He was like 6-3, and then moving into that Maelstrom, there's a little bit of a quiet phase, but then they just started team fighting, and he was so much damage to work around Matu in that game. This time he's gonna have an axe, so if there's a decent initiation there, that is gonna be brutal. Like, Fada catches a couple people, he's gonna be there with a Tesla Mirana going to work. That leap attack speed.
Now up top, Matumba Man putting some pressure onto YapzOr. He does pick up the Helm of the Dominator. 1 stun, make it 2, and now that Centaur's got a War Stomp. Wind Run's already been used, but a Shackle connects, and Matu will not secure this kill. Instead, he loses his Centaur. Now Fada, this is a level 6 axe. In hot pursuit with the Battle Hunger, but Grave Chill, pretty darn effective to counter that movement speed slow or TP out of GH. In case they dive the Visage, but Secret will just back up.
Feels like a lot of pressure has been relieved off of Miracle at the very least, though. As, yeah, it's Kuro and Ace going to work. Man, that damage from Mirana already.
Luckily for Warlock, he does have level 4, 2 points in the Shadow Word.
And in terms of stacks, the jungle is not that bad for Miracle at all. He goes and makes another one for himself there. He's got a couple near the shrine. He's got another one up on the high ground.
Definitely the way Tinkers like to recover. That March of the Machine works wonders if you get a few minutes alone in the jungle. Things slowing down a little bit, but it's Secret maintaining this lead, 10-5, and a pretty significant net worth advantage with all 3 of their cores at the top of the chart.
Yeah, I think YapzOr with the level 6, though, I'd really like to see some smoke plays soon. I think him and Puppey maybe joining up with Fada could be a play. Fada, speaking of which, is gone on here.
Yep, he does have a haste rune, though, tucked away in the bottle, so pretty easy retreat. And that Vanguard is the creep kill away. Actually stopped for the power treads just to go straight into the Vanguard as that belt of strength just sitting in the backpack.
Just needs to get that done. Get into the Vanguard if he wants it, and use that for those Ancients once again. I think they already have a stack there for him, so they've already got that on the mind here for Team Secret.
The other great thing about Tinker spending some time in the jungle now, it's not only recovery farm for Miracle, but this is space for someone else to take that XP in the mid. They're going to try to give it to GH, and now he snowballs in onto mid 1. There's a Doppelganger to disjoint. He'll be able to survive no problem, but getting this Tusk towards level 6, increasing your kill potential, burst potential for Liquid, very important.
Yeah, just such a hard kill to get. I mean, it's not
for
just
sure.
the fact that he can jump over the shards, but even the initial snowball several times this game, we've all seen it. Mid one able to dodge it with ease with the Doppelganger, and then have turnaround threats onto Miracle. GH, like that fight in the mid earlier. So this time, Fada feels like he's been everywhere, all the way down in the bottom at this point.
Yeah, now making the rotation, and that just leaves space for YapzOr up top. It's now a level 8 Wind Ranger, Brown Boots, Null Tally, but Maelstrom going to be next up on the docket, so expect some damage to be done there. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Primal Roar onto Fada. Kuro is level 6, so Chaotic Offering is a possibility if Secret get too aggressive. They will just keep their axe safe and head back to friendly territory. Meanwhile, on the other side, smoke now from Liquid. Ace with the wraparound, breaks the smoke on GH, but he's on the low ground. He sees the Courier, can't quite finish that off. Leap 1, leap 2, now the ice shards fly. He's got 1 leap coming up soon, but stuns from the Visage Birds. Ace in a lot of trouble. Comes in the nick of time as he makes it back into the river. The Rockets don't have the damage, and this Mirana will survive.
Yeah, Kuro just walked right past him. Might have been a good time to go for it. Now it feels like he's chasing after. Maybe a bit too focused on that mid area.
Yep. It's a ward down, though, and they do secure a deny on that tier 1 tower mid. Does open up the map for Secret to try to pressure this Tinker even more now, but at least they don't get a gold advantage.
They a brutal couple of minutes here for Liquid. I mean, the roar first on Fada, not getting anything done. You're like roaring as the smoke supports are coming through. And again, I really do think this like support Tusk and Warlock are gonna have a really hard time making this nice early space that you want to see. Matu, of course, with the helm and the medallion, he's got these early items up. He's kind of the strong force here.
Nice kill on the tower. YapzOr will finish it off as they initiate onto Mind Control. Looks like he'll be okay. Now a fight breaking out in the mid lane. Liquid in, maybe a bit deep. Snowball onto Fada as the Wind Ranger tries to make the TP. GH likely to get left behind here. Not much Liquid can do as Axe brings him down with a slam dunk.
Yeah, Kuro's been sitting back here for so long. He came down in here, he got the ward down, hoping to create some sort of a fight in the mid so that he can drop the rock from behind, but GH just goes down there. They can't seem to find this pressure, and well, Kuro's just kind of stuck.
Yep. Double stack of Ancients here for Secret as they shrine up again.
I think Kuro went to the bathroom.
He's still there.
He's gone, man. He checked out.
There we go. Gonna TP down bottom now to join the rest of the squad. Medallion up on the Visage after that HOD, looking for a kill onto Ace.
Yeah, on the low ground here.
Not the easiest target to find, but the birds flying overhead. Ace is fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many heroes there that if a Tusk finds you like that, you're just dead, you know? But obviously, Secret well prepared in this draft here, looking out for that. But they will still be able to force down this tower with relative ease. Now, Mind Control, he's still going for the Necros, which is kind of interesting too, up against the Axe and everything. But I mean, we also pointed out at the same time you're up against the Visage and everything. So how many summons can he grab with one call, right? Just get more summons, it'll be fine.
Yeah. I guess there's a certain critical mass where more damage is, well, it's just more damage. But certainly feels like a slightly outdated build on the Beastmaster compared to like the Shadow Blade, Medallion, Solar Crest that we've seen. Much more focused on that initiation. We'll see how the Necro books work out this game. Liquid still pressuring deep in enemy territory, chipping at this tier 2. They forced a reaction out of Secret. Fada with the Vanguard up, still farming towards that Blink. Snowball in towards Yapzor. A Dust will be used as soon as the Moonlight Shadow's deployed. GH, though, in pretty deep as the Shackle latches.
Holding the rock.
Rock comes out, connects on 2. Some Fatal Bonds also fly, but Fada in big trouble. Arrow across the way, not going to connect, and the Axe will be the first casualty. Tinker March starting to stack up. More rockets coming in. Ace able to leap to the low ground. He lives through it. Puppey, however, not so lucky. Now mid one. Joining the party, he runs right in onto Matu. Doppelganger defensively. Ice Shard's not going to connect. Liquid pretty committed here, Trent. They're past the tier 2, which is still relatively healthy. I think still an option for Secret to punish this if Liquid can't get out.
Yeah, possibly. I think just right now, Chase not really going to be a big issue.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they'll be able to slowly back themselves away here. Mid one, yeah, he was like, he's working on the, well, actually he's going to get the Yasha, not going to go for the Diffusal Blade.
Just going to say, yeah, a little bit of a change of pace. Thoughts about this item build?
Just maybe not so fight heavy early on. Looking more of some farm, just might even be considering the SNY for some tankability so we can actually fight inside the March. I think during that fight he couldn't even get in once it was already laid down, but
Not a bad option against the Tinker, but speak of the devil, it's mid one initiated on. GH starts things off, and there's enough follow-up from Matumba Man. Doppelganger once more. PL trying desperately to live, but Miracle joins the party with his newly fashioned BOTs and secures the kill. Blink Dagger bots up on Tinker. It was a slow start for Miracle, but once again, he has recovered.
And this kind of feels like that same window that Mind Control hit for a little bit, where like Ace hasn't really been able to convert too much of this Maelstrom into a lot of like team fights or damage, and then we had that sudden fight mid, and Liquid just took over the whole game. So I'm not sure if Secret are ready to start going in towards that. They're kind of just waiting on this Blink Dagger, and this is run into that same sort of problem where you have the Vanguard on Fada, but if he can't start creating fights across the map, he's just kind of a dead hero. He goes to try and hold these towers and everything. And they haven't really been working too hard with Yapzor either, because he's also busy farming. So you're up against this draft that you kind of thought you'd be able to go in on early as Miracle. He's actually going to finish that TP, hoping for a little bit of damage there.
Uh-oh, they're going to get a kill on Yapzor.
Yeah.
Ends up being basically a freebie. It looks like the bottom tier 2 will go undefended now, and this will level out that net worth advantage that Secret had. Will swing in favor of Liquid. You look at that gold graph, and it tells a pretty scary story for Secret fans around the world. That advantage completely squandered.
Yeah, and up against Tinker Draft, you're feeling the pressure. So instead, Secret have kind of said, all right, we're going to get our certain items up. You know, we're going to get damage on the app, so we're just going to kind of like outcore you. Yes, you have this Tinker Draft and everything, but the other two heroes, the Beastmaster and the Visage, they're not terrible heading mid and late or anything like that, but
No.
you know, we're going to try and just outnumber you. We'll be 4v3 essentially. You guys will have Tusk and Warlock, and we'll just have a support Venge. And everyone else is going to try and get themselves up to the core levels. If that'll happen, we'll see. You know, a lot of it kind of relying just how fast Yapzor can get the Maelstrom.
Arrow flies through. Looks like it connected on one of the summons there. Liquid taking some risk by moving into the Rosh Pit. They do have a Kuro ultimate, so that's a chaotic offering. Secret, they don't have PL here.
Oh, this is
which
a blink reveal from Fada.
Maybe the big cause for concern. Moonlight Shadow, Sentry Ward gets destroyed, and Secret aren't going to find that angle to initiate. Liquid get out just in time before that blink call comes. Maybe anticipating that if Fada doesn't have the blink dagger yet, he could have it at any moment, so they do play it safe.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a very dangerous play either way. They'll see Fada rotating now through. They have very good vision. Oh, that's a solo kill. Bottom? Whoops.
Well, now your Tinker is about halfway to the Aghanim Scepter, and Secret's life is about to get a lot more difficult. But 4v5, now this Roche feels a lot more safe. Look at the positioning from Kuro outside of the pit. Puppey now initiated on as the Ice Shards come, but Fada follows up onto the Tinker. There's no one else inbound, though, and the Chaotic Offering comes. Now Fada's going to get turned on. Primal Roar used onto YapzOr. They do get the kill onto Miracle after all, but it will cost them at least the axe. Looks like the others will make it out. Still, this seems like Liquid's Roche.
Yeah, there's a lot of spams coming through, the arrows, the power shots, but they just can't get the bodies inside, so... I mean, you're probably pretty happy with that. Net worth-wise, that is going to go Secret's way, other than the whole Roche bounty and everything like that. But YapzOr, he's this hero that really needs this gold. He wants the Maelstrom, he wants the Blink Dagger, he wants to become another core, so that is the hero you want the kill on. He's actually creeping up onto mid one, which that might be, you know, that's a good thing. It's also a little concerning. You know, mid one, you're kind of hoping he's a little bit further up here right now, but he's playing the farm game.
I'm always concerned about those trades where Tinker has an incredible ability to recover. You know, little deaths like that are going to happen. He's expecting to get caught. Axe, you need to be careful how many times you take trades like that, because as Axe falls behind, he just becomes so much less of a threat. See Ace up top playing with Matumba Man as bounty runes come out, but the Visage a little scary with these birds right now. Aghanim Scepter going to be queued up next for Matumba Man, as he already has that Solar Crest, and now Blink Dagger on Tusk. Huge stuff for GH now, of course, giving him so many more options.
Yeah, it basically just changes the hero completely. You can now just like blink Walrus Punch or blink Instant Snowball kind of deal, so that he doesn't have to worry too much about these leaps and everything jumping away from him. And of course, the most important thing, the blink save.
Yeah.
Try and counter out some of these axe plays.
Aghanim Scepter on the Tinker, always a big turning point as well. Ups his damage so much and makes that laser an absolute counter to the PL.
Looking for the arrow here. Considering it.
Matumba Man kind of hiding in the tree line. Picks up a siege creep, so a double siege now in this top lane.
Yeah, he knows Ace is nearby though. Kind of scouting it out here.
Suspicious looking siege creep as Ace is going to finish it off. It's a nice little bounty for him, but here we go. Birds with the Tinker BOTs, they cancel it.
Good choice, because YapzOr was nearby. One shackle there and he might go down.
Still, that doesn't cost Liquid anything, and that is a constant threat.
And look at this like foresight from Liquid too, with the Tinker Ward coverage down bottom over top of Miracle. They have sentries and observers in the area, and they know they don't have to worry about TPing into those trees.
Top, a lot of movement now from Liquid. Mind Control kind of leading the charge. This is a level 3 Necro book. Great dewarding tool and big time damage now.
Yeah, they're taking down this tower while they still don't have the golem too, so it's not going to get any easier onto the push into the tier 2 for the side of Team Secret.
Golem up in about 5 seconds. Definitely take a team fight and try to force this down. What's the reaction from Secret though? They've got 2 heroes right now. Right now PL farming in the jungle and Axe just pressuring that bottom lane. Glyph used straight away, but this tower falling very quickly. Need another creep wave.
Yeah, it's just so long before mid one. Like, he went for the Yasha, sure, but now he's just gained the Diffusal Blade. Didn't go for like an SMY or something, so didn't start committing in towards these fights. It's been just a long while before you can actually be there to help out the team.
Yep, newly fashioned Crimson Guard now by Fada. Able to help defend this tower. Incredible Crimson Guard game.
So helpful, but they at least can't spam these waves. So far so good for the side of Secret. The question is though, what are they losing on the rest of the map? Miracle, he's trading farm right now with mid one.
Secret definitely getting a little bit more out of this, at least for the moment. It is sort of going back and forth, but not anymore. Mid one down bottom, soloed by the Tinker again as we go back up top. Snowball in onto Fada and the blink back, but still Shackle latches on GH. Swap from Puppey to secure the kill. A little misstep there, but they get the tier 2 tower. All things considered, Liquid can't be too upset with that. If your Tinker is solo killing the enemy position 1, you're still having a damn good time.
Right, he's got the blink eggs. I mean, he just obliterates the illusions. Plus, there's no kill threat anyway, because there's no diffusal blade, really. You're not that worried about this PL. Cannot be on these side lanes alone versus the Tinker.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, what, the 3rd time that that's happened now? Just a complete solo kill. Tinker, by and large, #1 on net worth, and Miracle, there's just nothing slowing him down. He'll continue to accelerate. Kaya coming up next.
Yeah, and Ace, again, like, he starts out 4-0-0 in the laning stage. Now he's at 4-0-2, but this hero, all these great Miranda games have been these crazy amount of kills early on. His Spada, well, gets his blink possibilities canceled there. Miracle just dancing in and out here, playing with them.
Miracle doing Tinker things as he finishes off Fada again. Another solo kill as we go back towards mid. Mirana forced to leap defensively, but Liquid doing this 4+1 so beautifully, pulling Secret's attention all over the map, and now with only 4 heroes, they can't defend this tier 2. It's another objective going the way of Liquid, and now YapzOr gets caught. Miracle is just everywhere.
There must be a loser.
I mean, YapzOr's just like trying to buy a blink dagger at the side shop to go for the blink out. He can't find a play.
This is turning into another disastrous game for Secret. It looked so good at the beginning, but now how do they handle this Tinker? What do they do, Trent?
I mean, they have to obviously have to try and find these kills on top of them, but every single time he's just like, he's able to see what they're doing. They've had such deep vision from the side of Liquid that he knows when these heroes are alone. He knows when he can make these plays. Like, look at that ward up top, man. He saw what YapzOr was doing up there. Knew he was completely alone. They have both Tinker ward spots, Sentry'd and Observered.
Oh, Puppey just walks in a little bit too far. He goes down immediately. Ace on the backside with the BKB Primal Roar. Cuts right through it. It's a double from Matumba Man. The tier 3's already fallen, and now the base for Secret is under siege. This should be at least 1 lane of barracks. Spata's respawn does have a Blink Berserker's Call, but the positioning from Liquid is just too good. There's still a chaotic offering.
This feels like the Matu by BKB. Not even necessary.
Absolutely. Mid lane will now be turned to rubble. All the outer towers are down, and Liquid might not even have to retreat. Their entire team is topped off. The only one low on mana is the Beastmaster because he's already used the ultimate. Mirana's still down for 15. No buyback there. No glyph for Secret as well. Another minute and a half until that refreshes. That'll be another tier 3 with Mirana coming up. Liquid seem to be a little more cautious, but with Chaotic offering, this doesn't really feel that risky. Now swap from Puppey onto Matumba Man. The snowball on the way in. It's a beautiful save as Puppey goes down. Chaotic offering on 3. Secret getting obliterated as Liquid run him down in 2 quick games. My word, Secret already dropped down to the lower bracket in one of the most one-sided series we've seen here in the playoffs.
This is not what the upper bracket was supposed to look like. You know, that does not look like an upper bracket game. Team Liquid absolutely brutalizing their opponents. The high fives are there. I mean, Miracle, I know he got MVP game